Ugh. What up, y'all? It's KB. I'm here with Mr. Blake G from the 703, the one and only Can Do. That track helped me out through my travels, bro. Thank you so much for putting that fire out. How was your day?
Pretty good, man. It's Friday. Can't complain. Um, yeah, just working. Another day, reading headlines, trying to be optimistic, do my own thing, just build my life for my family and the people in my life, and yeah, keep it pushing.
Tell me about your dreams.
Dreams. I guess a dream I've been working towards that's been something I dreamed of since I was a kid is just like owning a house. Moving from like staying with my dad for most of my life to,
God bless your dad.
yeah, my dad really helped me out a lot, crashing at my girl's place. And then, finally was trying to buy like our own spot, which, you know, how the economy and everything is. So it's a very material dream, but it is very like symbolic and important at the same time to just have like your domain, your place to call your own. And like for me, like having a studio and like a dedicated spot, to live and prosper and create. And so that's a big dream of mine, and just being able to do things I enjoy to get there, work, music, spend time with friends, family, just balance it all out, really.
Tell me about music.
Music's good. I've focused a lot more on work, like the day job, probably the past couple years, as I've transitioned from my 20s to my, starting the 30s here. But yeah, just finding a balance for it. I feel like I'm really focusing on quality over quantity at this point with my music. So just like focusing on projects I really care about, putting a lot into them, developing them, collaborating, waiting for the right people, the right timing, and not like rushing anything out at this point.
Dude, there's a lot to be said about things that people force into being and things that are allowed to become. And within the things that are allowed to become, the magic truly happens, dude. Because a lot of times when I see a lot of these like gym bros or whatever, they're like super quote unquote dominating in everything they do in their lifetime. And I'm like, bro, I actually truly feel bad for you because like you're dissonant and you achieve things through dissonance as opposed to harmony and resonance. You're not in accord with everything you want. Get it? Accord to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I love you because you like words. And because you love music. Did music choose you or did you choose music? How did you start making music? I'm so interested in your music.
I don't know. I've always felt attached to music and creative endeavors. It was probably initially like writing and language. Like I remember my mom would always take me to the used bookstore, and I would always pick out books that were about like learning language or
Roll up here. I won't
yeah,
smoke, I'll
yeah,
just roll.
that's fine. That's fine. Um, so yeah, I don't know, always just an attachment to like words versus numbers, and my parents always played music in the house. Uh, and I don't know, by the time trying to remember the first time I really thought like I want to make music was probably in like middle school. When I started playing guitar, and a lot of my friends that I had grown up with were into, guitar, were into like heavy metal,
I remember you telling
all
me
that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I got really into metal,
Yes, sir.
like death metal,
Yes,
just
sir.
the technical, intense, layered, kind of stuff. Um, and yeah, really just guitar playing, stealing my mom's digital camera and recording like covers for YouTube, like propping it up on a chair, like a dining room chair, just digital camera and just recording so it was really guitar. And then I think that circled back with the love for writing. When I started freestyling, like end of high school, going into college, really. And then it all has just been like an interlooping of all my life's experiences just kind of pushing me in the direction that I'm in now. So I think that's why, like my album that I put out last year is a lot of heavier stuff. There's live instruments and there's guitars, there's live drums, there's bass guitar, like there's, mixed with hip hop. So it's like just finding a way to bring in everything I grew up with and everything that made me who I am is is kind of what my music has always been and what it continues to evolve into, if that makes any sense.
It makes total sense, bro. Can you tell me about your experience with the DMV music scene specifically? Because I'm trying to shed light on what we do in this area because a lot of people have no idea what we do. They've never been here. They've heard about DC and what happens in DC on the news, but they have no idea what the music is like in this area. Can you shed some light on like the DMV music scene for the people, please?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like it's kind of reflective of the culture that is here, and it's like there's not a lot of big cities. I mean, there are a few, but they're pretty spread out. It's a lot more like suburban areas, like kind of in between on the spectrum between like neighborhoods and cities. So we don't have a bunch of like huge venues or huge hubs necessarily. It's very isolated and niche, and you really have to get in with the community. And there's tons of people who are doing dope stuff like hosting cool open mics. Like the Open Gem folks in DC are always super cool. I really got into the local scene mostly through hip hop, and that was folks like Nick Bohr and the whole Lovelace and VA Got Now and all that kind of stuff. And they put on like a huge showcase in like 2016, 17, and that's where I met in just one foul swoop like a ton of like the local people that I'm still in touch with now. So I think really it's just finding a hubs, even if you find it through like social media or whatever, find people who are doing stuff and link up with them and build and kind of go about it that way. So it's a bunch of pockets. There's a bunch of pockets. It's not like a Nashville or like in Atlanta or something like that, Dude, so you just have to find the pockets and, just support people who are putting time, money, and a ton of blood, sweat, and tears into building platforms.
I feel like a lot of people from this area don't truly push art as hard as other places do that appreciate art. I feel like art here is almost like, I don't want to say sacrilege, but like, it's almost like something looked at as a pastime thing because everybody's ideology that works in DC is different than creatives out here. Yeah. It's different than people who look at the moon. You feel me? It's different than people who, maybe some of them do like spiritual stuff and stuff like that. But at the same time, the water within the well that dwells within them, of which all of their things come from, is not the same waters, bro. For me, I don't resonate with this place anymore. There's no reason for me to live in Nova anymore. I love Nova so much, dude. I'll tell you about all of my favorite restaurants and all of the fucking best memories I've fucking made growing up in this town. And I owe so much to my musicality and being able to play the guitar the way I play the guitar today to the jam scene of the DMV. Gordon Sterling, shout out. I can't wait to sit with you and talk to you about music. And starting my career as a guitar player was the best thing I've ever done in my life, dude. It's giving me purpose today. I have something to live for. I'm employed by the universe to make sure this documentary gets made and people understand what kind of... They have so many stories about what music life is like. This is just one of them. It's not the first or the last one. And the truth is, for me, I feel like music is something that you as a lyricist, your job is way more important than mine as a guitarist because your words sway the minds of those that listen to you. And it's such a huge responsibility. Like, I listen to your song, dude. I listen to Can Do all the time now because I resonate with it and it's getting me to do the things that I can do. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, truly, and focus on the things that matter to achieve something as opposed to sit here and tell you about all the excuses and cry and try to be a fucking bitch about why I can't do it. True story. I look up to you, bro. You're a fucking star. That's what a star is. If I look up to you, that means you're a real star because we look up to look at stars at the sky. I went to LA. I walked on those stars on the ground. Two different things. I don't look up to all of them. You know what I mean? I look up to you. I look up to Jason Hayes. I look up to motherfuckers that wake up in the morning and choose to be that guy. Because that's it for you. You've decided. To make a decision is to cut out every single possibility. It's from the root word of decision. To cut, to sever. All other fucking possibilities except for this one decision. Cool. I love the word. We're in accord because we harmonize. Get it? Yeah. I know you do. I'm over here like trying to show you works. Here, you take this wherever the fuck you want to.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how it goes. I'm just improvising, dude.
Yeah, off the dome.
Yes, sir.
Off the dome. No, I appreciate that. I'm glad that song is resonating. When you posted that reel the other day, I was like, oh, that's cool. He's actually like out here pounding the pavement to the shit. If to be anthemic is, what a lot of my music is. I make a lot of my music for me, honestly, to hype myself up or to portray a version of myself that I know I can achieve and I can be in moments and like remind myself that those moments are there, Yeah. So I think it's very apparent just listening to a lot of my stuff is like, it can be down, it can be introspective, it can be, sad at points, but it's like always has a motivational lens. It always has like I don't know. It's just streams of consciousness of me just trying to hype myself and whoever else is listening up. That's like a bulk of the stuff that I make.
And because you made it for you, it means you made it for the universe. To me. Because as part of you, that song got me through some shit. Because trust me, I was sitting outside of a Starbucks at San Antonio, not knowing a soul, literally homeless, with $20 in my pocket. I'm just sitting out front smiling. Homeless man comes up to me, asks for a cigarette. I was like, can you sing? Can I tell you a story? And he sat down and I told him a story about Jericho and rolled him a fucking cigarette, dude. And I gave gratitude and thanks. Not one time did I curse at God. Not one time did I get mad at the universe. I was so grateful the whole time and I was taking care of. Look at me, I'm back in my hometown safe and sound. The universe will conspire to give you what it is that you want when you decide that you want it, man. And you are one of the people who decided you wanted whatever the fuck you wanted it. And you didn't give a fuck about what anybody told you. Not a single person. Because your voice is the most dominant force in your brain. Because you're blessed. Dude, everybody else tells me excuses, bro. I never heard that excuse from you. Ha!
Yeah, you just got to do it. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just what you've been through. It shapes where you're at and where you're heading, and I just give constant appreciation to everything I've been through, random memories, my parents, family, friends, people I no longer talk to or interface with, even just everything I've been through in some way is in here, and it comes out in every lyric and everything you decide to say and everything you do, because it's all just these little tiny bits that have kind of pushed you in the direction that you continue to go, So that's the way I see it, and that's what I embody in my music too. So, we still rolling?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, cut. We gotta go. Perfect timing. The camera literally just cut. We will continue this.
Cool.
I wanna record you perform. Do you have any performances coming up? This will be on the audio.
Not at the moment, but I'll let you know.
No worries. I can utilize some of your footage, and then I would like to interview you elsewhere, somewhere in Nova that we both like. Can we go to a cafe and finish this interview?
That would be dope.
My mom right now.
That'd be dope.
My good sir.
I appreciate you, man.
Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you. Blake G, guys. Wait till the next one. We're not done with this story. We'll be right back. I got to pick up my mother from the airport. I love y'all. Bye.